Giving y'all 5 seconds to get close to an exit. It's about to get real ugly in here. Giving y'all 5 seconds to get close to an exit. It's about to get real ugly in here. Giving y'all 5 seconds to get close to an exit. It's about to get real ugly in here.
Somebody has to call these niggas out. But some of you are so connected to them, or you want something from them, or you want favor from them, or you want somebody has to call these niggas out. But some of you are so connected to them, or you want something from them, or you want favor from them.
Ricky! 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 Ricky!
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east side. Rick the ruler has returned.
Speak up.
Good morning, audience. Sunday morning. Now normally the Rick will be in church doing videos, handling the sound room. Normally the Rick, he gives back to the community. He makes sure everybody's taken care of. The Rick makes sure all the babies have diapers, have formula. But the one thing you never, in the Rick means ever, do to the Rick is physically challenge him, especially when you're physically challenged. Now, before we get into this NFL preview, before we talk about how my Atlanta Braves are going to face the Phillies, before we talk a little bit about video games, which the Rick doesn't care about video games right now. The Rick said video games suck right now. But the Rick says we need to get to this Twitter spat where this light-skinned, long-haired jabroni claims, swore on a stack of Bibles, swore on his mother's grave that he challenged. Listen to this. Lying, light-skinned son of a lied. Said that he challenged the Rick to a fight and the Rick didn't pull up. First of all, let's expose this trash. Number one, if this guy really wanted to fight, he has the Rick's address. He does. The Rick's one of his loyal subscribers. One of his top donators. And you're telling me that you were going to pull up and I started stuttering? Let me tell you something right now. The only time the Rick stutters if he's got his tongue inside of a woman. So let's get that straight. Pardon the term, because there seems to be a lot of rumors going on around here about what I said, what I didn't say, and somebody talking about they was gonna roll up and I started stuttering. Man, you better get that bullshit up out of here. First of all, I got text messages to show this proof, and I will put them on Twitter if I have to. So that's number one. Number two, you got my address. If you really want to smoke, the cookout is right in my backyard. So we'll just leave it at that. And it's a whole thing about me stuttering. I wasn't stuttering because this weird ass dude asking me 2 questions in 1 sentence. I don't know which one he want to answer first. He said, "Hey, where you gonna be?" My kids are playing baseball. Certain time. He asked me, "Where was this gonna be?" The other kid is playing baseball at that time. I had 3 kids, 2 separate teams. So when you're asking me questions about 2 different times, and we got 2 different games, that's what that was all about. So I'm always recording, because he told me he's always recording. So if you really want to put those tapes out there, let's put the tapes out there. Like Sony said, let the games do the talking. The Rick says, let the tapes do the talking. So anyway, that was a small inconvenience. Anybody under 6 feet tall is no threat to me, especially if they're light-skinned. I don't sweat it. But anyway, so how's everybody this morning? I hope everybody had a good night last night. I pray for those who didn't wake up last night. Shout out to Pam. I hope you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling well. Last night I took a dive. I didn't get any of the laundry done. I wake up to mountains of laundry. I wake up to all kinds of bull S on Twitter. This dude talking about he was gonna pull up on me. Man, you better get up out of here with that, please. Anyway, you know, I ain't with that grit-ish, so you can go away with that stuff. So anyway, so we got the light-skinned guys think they back in. I get it. I know why Nxtgen 720 is talking that garbage, because he saw that light-skinned dude Jordan Poole get smoked by the dark-skinned dude Jeremiah Green. So, you know, these light-skinned guys are fighting for each other out here. Talking about some pulling up and stuttering. Man, you better get your ass out of here with that weird stuff. I can beat that dude with one arm tied behind my back. He don't got enough XP to fuck with me. So anyway, as I was saying, we'll keep it sports until somebody jump in here and talk some shit. Then I have to lay the smack down on his ignorant ass. But anyway, the NFL preview. We're going to talk about what the NFL is looking like this week. I was supposed to do the show with Parker last night. But, you know, again, it was Saturday. The twins' birthday's coming up. I had to try to make some plans. Last minute, they want some kind of party at Urban Air. You know, a bunch of money. And then, Jesus Christ. I just don't feel like going through all of that shit, man. That's one of the things to follow, man. When you get older, when your kids get older and it becomes more of a demand. The kids are easier to deal with when they're smaller, when they're in their infancy, when you're putting diapers on. They don't cost you as much money. Now when you got children, you know, you got to buy $200 pair of sneakers for 3 kids. You know, you're talking 30 pairs of uniform pants, 30 uniform shirts. You know, and then half the shirts got to be short sleeve, and then some got to be long sleeve, and then too much. But anyway, it is Sunday. In modern times, man has made you go to church on Sunday when you should be going on Saturday, but I'll leave it at that. It is Sunday, the modern era of the Lord's Day. So let's talk some NFL football. And I want to focus on a game first because since I do live in Connecticut, I'm close to New York. I want to focus on the Giants versus the Packers. And that's actually, I believe that's in London today. So that game is probably going to be on in about 20 minutes or so. But the Packers, to me, they're underachieving. They traded away good wide receivers. Well, the good wide receiver. And I think they're searching for an identity. It can't be just Aaron Rodgers, scoring points for him. He's making it tough on the defense because they're not coming through like they used to. Aaron Rodgers is throwing pick sixes. Aaron Rodgers is throwing interceptions this year. It's not, vintage Aaron Rodgers or, relax Aaron Rodgers. We all remember that guy. And it looks like right now he's having a tough go at it. I mean, and this is what happened, folks. This is what I was telling y'all when, I don't know, maybe 13 shows ago. Hell, I only did 13 shows. Is when I tell you that these quarterbacks cannot take the max money as far as getting the max pay because it leaves your cupboard bare. Aaron Rodgers wants to take all that money. Now one of his weapons has to get traded. That is, if you go through history the last 10 years, we'll go 10 years. And if you talk about who was the teams that won the Super Bowl, the team that usually wins the Super Bowl is the team whose quarterback is not getting paid the max dollars because now they have money left over to go and sign pieces that he needs. He might need a lineman, he might need a running back, he might need a linebacker or something. Whereas though you don't really get that if you take the max money. You can't really sign anybody. Well, you could sign people, but what, for veterans minimum, guys that aren't worth anything, that kind of stuff. So it's very difficult to run a team when you're paying your quarterback so much money. It's going to hamper you. It's going to be a hindrance on trying to get the rest of the roster filled out. And that's kind of what happens. So I think the Giants will win this game. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I'm sitting here rooting heavy against the Giants. When I went to the game 2 Mondays ago, and they didn't seem like a bad team, but they played Dallas. Now, is Dallas overrated? I don't think they're overrated. They don't have their starting quarterback, but hell, Cooper Rush is making a hell of an impression out there. He's got Dak Prescott scared for his job out here. So I don't think that the Cowboys beating the Giants make the Giants a bad team. I think the Giants are a decent team. They're a better coach team. They have the same 3-1 record as the Packers do. So, I don't know what you want to say. I think that the Giants have a chance in this game, and I think the Giants are going to win. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Cowboy fan. I think the Giants are going to upset the Packers today. Crystal and clear. The next game on the list, we're going to talk about the Lions and the Patriots. I mean, this goes without saying. Come on, the Patriots are going to win this game. We don't really need to get into it. I mean, you just look at the Patriots organization. Usually the NFL teams are good from the top down. Some say that's not really true when you talk about Dallas, about Jerry Jones, this and that, whatever. But you know damn well the Patriots are not getting beat at home by the Giants. By the Lions. Not happening. The next game we want to talk about here is the Chargers and the Browns. This is a tough one to pick. These are two teams I don't like. I mean, I'm going to go for the Browns because they got a brother back there on the center. So, I hope the Browns win. That team is my namesake, by the way. So, listen, the Browns don't take L's. And you tell that to your buddy Nxtgen who's sitting here talking about something he's going to roll up. The Browns don't take L's. And the Cleveland Browns ain't taking an L this week, just like Ricky Brown's not taking an L when a light-skinned midget shows up at his door with long hair. Diesel will have coon beef that night. Not corned beef, but coon beef. So, anyway, on to the Texans against the Jaguars. This game is trash. I really don't care. Texans are awful. The Jaguars blew a lead last week. They had Philadelphia dead to rights. You know, the Rick's a freaking Cowboy fan, so I'm rooting for Philadelphia to lose. I see the Jaguars have a lead, and what happens? They coughed it up. So the hell with them. Now, you got the Falcons, and if the division came here, you got the Falcons playing the Bucks. So the Bucks are probably favored in this game. You know, the Bucks are the Bucks. They got Tom Brady. Tom, I'm getting a divorce soon, Brady. Tampa should win this game. If Tampa doesn't win this game, then Tom Brady might be ready to say, you know what, I had enough. You know, he's about to lose his marriage over a game that he has nothing left to prove. He's Tom Brady. I don't even know why the hell he's still playing. Like, yo, this is crazy. So this dude is still playing. You know, his wife been begging him to stop playing. You know, imagine having a family, right? And I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, it doesn't matter because he's rich. I'm not rich. I don't know any rich people. But I know that family at Christmas time and Thanksgiving is a big deal. So if Tom Brady won't give his family that time around the holidays, if he won't give them Christmas, if he won't give them Thanksgiving, if he can't celebrate with them on New Year's, you know, he can't give his wife Valentine's Day because he's always playing around that time, that money doesn't mean shit. So Tom Brady needs to look himself in the mirror and say, look, I got 7 Super Bowl rings. Do I really need to chase this raggedy ring that's not going to be nothing? I'm 40-something years old. He's one of the players in the league that's older than me. Yo, that's crazy. Like, bro, just give it a rest. It's over. Like, well, come on, man. Spend time with your family. Like, yo, man, that's a damn shame. Man, listen to me. If a woman wants to be with you and she wants your time, give her your time. Don't sit up here and say, well, I got to go get me another ring. For what? You got 7 of them, Tom. How many damn rings do you need? Like, bro, look, they already called you the greatest quarterback of all time. Some people, albeit stupid, say that you're the greatest player of all time. I think different. I think the greatest football player of all time is Jerry Rice. But some people say that Tom Brady's the greatest of all time, and he checks all the boxes, and he's good looking, and he's this, and he's that. Yeah, he's all of that. But he won't bend and give his family time, and that's why his wife wants a divorce. So, hey, Tom, good luck with that. Next up on the schedule, we have the Steelers versus the Bills. The Bills have an axe to grind, boy. You know, I think the Bills, they threw away a game. Wasn't last week. It was the week before. But I look for the Bills to roll over. The Steelers got quarterback problems. Man, I mean, Bills, you can't lose this game. Jesus. I mean, come on. You know, enough of that. We're going with the Bills in this game. Next up, we have the Dolphins and the Jets. The Jets are high off of a win from last week with their quarterback. You know, albeit it looked like he fumbled. You know, gets a touchdown there. Game changing. They get the W. The Dolphins, terrible. Got a guy out here with his brain jiggling around in his skull, and they go send that brother back out there. And when that man got hit, and the way his fingers and his thumbs looked, oh my God, and you sit up there and you let that man back on the field? What? Yo, that is crazy. Oh my God. And it's just insane that they let this man back up here and play, and his brain's all messed up, man. Oh my, hey, that CTE stuff, brother, that's that. So listen, it is what it is. They fired the neurologist, the independent neurologist in the NFL because of that, and you know, they're gonna move on to somebody else. But you know, you can't let players on the field after they take a thumping like that. So I picked the Jets to win this game. The Dolphins should be ashamed of themselves. You know, the Dolphins are one of the more terrible organizations. And, you know, they had that black coach. You know, it's not many black coaches in the league. Then they're telling this dude to take dives, and they're going to give him $100,000 for every game that he loses. And now you got this thing with Tua. I mean, god dang, Dolphins. You guys never won anything. You know, you had Dan Marino all those years. You never won anything. I think it's time for new ownership again. You might need a culture change down there. I mean, I'm just so sick of every year the Miami Dolphins do something stupid. They just, oh man, it's a damn shame. You know, this is the NFL team that ain't worth squat. You know, if they weren't located in Miami, Florida, that team would have been shut down many, many, many years ago. There's no history there with that team. All we remember is the 72 Dolphins. That's it. That's all we remember. Like, the Dolphins are one of the worst run organizations in football. And people get on the Giants. But the Giants, once Willa Tamara died, that's when the Giants started having their issues. But these Dolphins are just pitiful. Pitiful. Bad decisions, what they did to the coach. Bad decisions having players get back on the field. Bad decisions in drafting. Bad decisions in trades. Just bad, bad, bad decisions. And it's disgusting to watch that garbage. So we're going to move on to the Bears versus the Vikings. Shout out to my man Post Up. I know Post Up's a Bear fan. The Bears are trash, Post. Sorry, brother. They ain't worth nothing. I think the Vikings will roll on them. The Vikings are at home. I mean, what do you think's going to happen, man? The Bears are done. The Bears. I don't think the Bears are a poorly run organization. I think they go through quarterbacks like some women go through drawers, man. This is crazy. Oh, shout out to my cousin Rob. Rob's up in here. My cousin Rob's in here. He's a Yankee fan. Man, look, the Yankees going to get smoked. Hey, Rob, what did I tell you last year? I told you last year that the Braves was going to win the World Series. They will win it again this year. There will nobody stop us. Everybody talk about Judge hitting these home runs, this and that, whatever. Whatever. Braves all day. Now, this Titan game against the Commanders. The Commanders are probably the worst team in the league. You change their name from the Redskins. You call them the Commanders. This is just dreadful. It's a disgrace on what has happened to this franchise. I mean, where are my Redskin fans at? You guys used to always go at it with the Cowboys, pause. And it was just a fun kind of atmosphere, man. Guys, freaking teams going at each other, division games, Thanksgiving games, Cowboys, Redskins. I mean, that shit is just dead now. You change the name, it's dead as a doornail. Nobody cares. No, man. Oh, man. It's bad. It's bad. Like the Commanders, they're not it. I'm going with the Titans. That's another franchise that needs to look in the mirror and say, hey, what's going on here? Now, speaking of franchises who knew something and who are run pretty well, the next game on tap we have is the Seahawks versus the Saints. This is a good game. I like this game. And I like what Seattle did. Everybody banged on Seattle when they traded Russell Wilson. They was like, man, you don't trade an all-pro quarterback or a franchise quarterback. They said, you don't trade a franchise quarterback. Russell Wilson is this. Russell Wilson's a guy with a pimp-looking freaking perm. Russell Wilson bought his girlfriend's wife's master's back. Russell Wilson's a good community guy. Russell Wilson's an Uncle Tom. Russell Wilson's not black enough. Like, you heard everything about Russell Wilson. And I think Seattle made a hell of a deal. Get that motherfucker out of there. He is trash. You saw what he did last week. That dude is done. And they paid him $250 million. Wow. I know Seattle was sitting there, it's like, I'm walking straight to the bank with this. Because, that is crazy. Seattle saved themselves $250 million by not signing that trash-ass dude. Oh, my God. Shout out to AP the Shooter. Sometimes I call him AP the Cooner. Oh, my God, your Broncos are straight trash, bro. Oh, my Lord, if you ever come in this Discord talking about that Bronco shit, you will be muted. Get the fuck out of here. Your Broncos stink. Oh, my God. Jesus. Nonetheless, I'm taking the Saints over the Seahawks because, my man's due. My man's due. My man's due. Jameis is due. He stole crab legs. And, Geno, I get it. Listen, this Geno Smith is a great comeback story, man. This is great. I love to see the brothers prosper at quarterback. I'm with you, Geno, but we got two black quarterbacks going at it here in Seattle and the Saints. Man, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that all day. Oh, my God. Here comes Ty with this Eagle-ish. Ty, y'all undefeated for now. Y'all undefeated. Look, I can't say nothing right now. I can't say nothing, Ty. That's true. But, we coming. We them boys. And we coming with Cooper Rush. We ain't coming with Dak Prescott. Or broke back Prescott. Man, screw him. I'm taking Cooper Rush all day. Cooper's getting them W's. He's getting them W's. I'm going to get to the Ravens and the Bengals soon, Rob. But hey, Ty, shout out to Ty for coming through. My cousin Rob, Lavon. The next game I won't talk about. Oh, by the way, I'm taking the Saints. 49ers and Panthers. Woo! 49ers riding high right now, boy. Let me tell you something. Now, that we were just talking about, well, I was just talking about greatly run organizations and poorly run organizations. The 49ers are the epitome of a great run organization. They make at least one Super Bowl every decade. They're very competitive. They're always competitive in the playoffs. They draft well. They trade well. Listen, the 49ers are up there as far as one of the best. Besides the Steelers, who the Steelers I think is the best run team in football history, is the Steelers. I believe it's the Steelers. I mean, you can try to argue me with that, but I find it hard to say that there's any NFL team that's run better than the Steelers. That's just facts. It's all. No. Oh, here goes Ty. I don't care. I rep them year in, year out. Rush is trash. Your defense is what keeps y'all up. Hey, that's what you need. Can I interest you in the 2000 Ravens? Can I interest you in the 85 Bears? Those teams had defense carrying them. That's what you want. I don't mind if the team has a great defense. That's what we need. Man, if the Cowboys can score just 21 points a game, we should win. That defense is monstrous. But the Eagles are good too. Listen, Hurts is doing a hell of a lot better than I thought he would. Hell, what time is it? It's 9:06 here on a Sunday. I thought he would have been injured 24 hours ago. But the guy is still running around. But anyway, back to the 49ers and the Panthers. I like the 49ers in this game. I think the 49ers are a greatly run organization. I mean, oh my God, they're just one of the best, bro. It'd be hard to do. Oh man, shout out to Dre. Dre, my man. Yo, Dre coming through. Jesus Christ, it's 6 a.m. for Dre. Shout out to Dre, everybody. Dre is sitting up here at 6 in the morning tuning in to the Rick. They're coming through. I appreciate that. Yeah, my man Dre coming. He out on the West Coast, man. It's 6 o'clock for him. And he's everybody raise up, rise and shine. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this time. Like everybody is ready. That's what I'm talking about. This NFL football effing Sunday, bro. And I know who the Braves are playing in the first round. Well, second round. So I'm good. And Nxtgen want to smoke. He got my address. I'm good. Man, I want to smoke with everybody. Come to this house if you want to. Talk about he going to send his little cousin in here to slap. That nigga get his hand broke. And Diesel, as a matter of fact, my kid's got a basketball hoop in the driveway. I'll slam dunk this little nigga. But anyway, 49ers are going to beat the Panthers. Now, Ty, you going to like this. Eagles versus the Cardinals today. Woo! These 425 games are fire today, bro. Man, oh man. Yeah, Peterson was a monster, but yeah, he beat his black man beat his kids. It was a problem. But you know, they ruined that, brother. But anyway, let's focus on this Eagles and the Cardinals. Now, this is a game I want to see because I'm a Cowboy fan. Of course, I'm going to be rooting for the Cardinals because I am a Cowboys fan. So I need these Cardinals to win. Please, can you show me something? Mister, have to put in your contract to make you study? Can you give me a W? Jesus Christ. Man, I mean, this brother here got all this money. He was unfollowing the team on Twitter, talking about, you know, they put that studying stuff in his contract. Listen, you already know what you went for. If you have to tell a kid in school that he has to study, or he's going to be put on punishment, or he's not going to get an allowance, or he's not going to get, you know, clothes or whatever. If you have to tell a kid that lets you know the mental state of that kid's mind. He's a kid. But when you have to write that language in a contract for an adult to make you study film at a certain amount of time, you have to put the time in per week, that lets you know what they think of Kyler Murray. I mean, think about this. Would you guys, if any of you guys, would you guys date a woman that you have to text her every morning to say, make sure you don't cheat on me, make sure that you feed the kids, make sure that you pay all the bills? Yo, that is crazy as hell. Don't nobody want no damn woman like that. Nobody wants an adult that where you have to freaking coddle him and tell him to study. As an NFL quarterback, your job is never done. In the off season, it's never done. You have to constantly watch film, OTAs, throw to your receivers. This brother here doesn't want to work hard. Kyler Murray is going to be shown the gate. He's all set. And I hate to say, God, this makes me sick that I'm about to say this. I'm taking the Eagles. Damn. I don't want to say that. Nah, you ain't beating us next week, Ty. You can go ahead with that shit. That ain't happening, bro. No. No. F no. Not happening. But, man, I hate to say it, folks. You heard it here from the Rick, and I'm depressed. I'm taking the Eagles over the Cardinals, man. Now, we have the Bengals versus the Ravens. 8 o'clock game. Yes, I skipped over the Cowboy game on purpose because we going to do that last because I'm a Cowboy fan, understand? So, Bengals versus Ravens. That's 8 o'clock tonight, which means I can go to bed early because I have absolutely no need to watch this game. As I'll be watching the Met game because, again, I'm a hater. I'm a Braves fan, so yes, I'm going to be watching the Mets lose. The best thing about Met fans is the bitching and the crying that they do after they lose. I go to all these Mets YouTube channels, to their Twitter accounts. I go to all of this stuff just to hear them cry. It is beautiful. It's like listen to these PlayStation Pony fanboys cry. It is awesome. Oh, man. Tears of a clown. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to my man Ty again. He said the rush offense ain't good enough. Yeah, listen, man. Look, I don't know about that, Ty. But this Bengals-Ravens game. Shout out to LBK, who knows nothing about football. We were going at it in the Discord last night, talking football. LBK is a Ravens fan, but he lives in Texas. I ain't never heard of such a thing. He's a Ravens fan, lives in Texas. Anybody that lives in Texas is a Cowboy fan. So I think LBK is a fraud because he's telling me he's a Bengals fan. So Lamar Jackson is going to probably be running for his life by choice. He likes to run. But the Bengals have an issue here because they can't protect the quarterback. The Bengals, that's the Cowboys got them. You know, their defense the Bengals defense is pretty damn good. You know, they got Awuzie over there. He used to play for Dallas. And, you know, the Bengals, I mean, they got Dallas's old left tackle, Lyle Collins. His right tackle, Lyle Collins, was the Cowboys' old right tackle. They have them, but that offensive line is still trash, bro. So, I mean, they can't protect anybody. I mean, you got to call the police force to protect that poor quarterback. Every time you look at him, remember the Super Bowl? He's in his face. He's down all the time. He can't stand up right. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, yo, I don't understand. How is this even like a thing here? This dude is always hurt. He's always down. He's running for his life all the time. Dallas was sacking him a million times. Nonetheless, and it pains me to say this too, damn, I'm taking the Ravens. Jesus Christ. I got to pick team because I got to keep it a beam. You know, I can cap all day in Discord. And, you know, in Twitter spats, I could cap. I could make things up. This, that, whatever. But, you know, when it comes down to when you're on your own channel and people want to take you seriously when you're creating content like this, you gotta make yourself seem like you know what you're talking about. And if I'm going to do that, I have to take the Ravens. Now, here goes the game nobody cares about, too. Monday, they have the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Let's just say that the Chiefs are going to win. There's nothing else to discuss here. The Raiders, I mean, even when they get a lead, they can't hold it. Another organization that's going through some issues. You know, they had the whole John Gruden thing and all of that, and you know the Raiders are they're the Raiders again, bro. The Raiders of the 2010s and shit, where they had issues and they really couldn't find a good coach. They their quarterback, and you know it's just tough because there's a lot of Raider fans out there, bro. I know a lot of Raider fans here in Connecticut. There's a lot of Raider fans back to the Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen days, and they love their Raiders. But, hey, bro, y'all taking the L. Now, the game of the week. It'll be the Los Angeles Rams against the DCBs, the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are coming into Los Angeles like our second home. The stadium will be 50-50 for the Cowboy fans and the Ram fans. The Cowboys will take over that beautiful stadium that Jerry Jones helped get built, just like they took over MetLife Stadium 2 weeks ago. So now, the Cowboy fans will be out there in full mother fizzad. They're going to be out there. The Cowboy fans, I think the Rams are complacent. They got their little Mickey Mouse ring. All because the Bengals just, oh, geez, what was that all about? But anyway, the Cowboys going into Los Angeles. What you know about that? My man Cooper Rush is coming through. That Cowboy defense is going to be there. We get old boy back from the secondary. So, you know, we're going to have Wilson coming off the bench in different packages for defense. But, woo, man, I can't wait for this game. This is going to be a defensive game. I look for the Cowboys, obviously, to try to run the ball. Cowboys are going to try to run the ball. But there's this brick wall named Aaron Donald that's in the middle of that line. And he ain't having it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's going to be tough for Dallas to God, it's going to be tough for us to go down there to get a win. But I'm confident in this. And again, because defense travels. Everybody says defense and run games travel. That is very true. That is very true. But, you know, here's what I hope the Cowboys don't do. I hope they don't try to throw Dak Prescott in there to start. Because he was working around in practice and man, they were talking about how they was trying to get Dak to throw the football. And listen, bro, until Cooper Rush like hits a losing streak, leave him in. Like, what are we doing? Javon Curse comes back today. Javon Curse is one of those versatile. He's a lot like Michael Parsons. See, with Micah, the Cowboys put him in different places, so you can't key in on him as either an edge rusher coming from the inside blitz. They'll drop Micah in coverage. Javon Curse is kind of the same way. He's a defensive back who can play man-to-man. He can guard tight ends. He can guard the slot guy. He plays like a hybrid linebacker position where he comes in. He did very well for the Cowboys last year. You know, we picked up a lot of guys like him, Malik Hooker. We picked those dudes up off of the scrap heap. And they performed for us very well. You know, the Cowboys might have overachieved on defense last year. You know, Diggs was getting 12 interceptions. You know, we were getting so many turnovers, and the offense was very, very stagnant. Now, this is where people like to say the numbers don't lie, stats don't lie. They don't. The numbers are the numbers. If you got $500, you got $500. But look where and when you spent the $500. The Cowboys have led the league in yardage for a lot of years. They were in the top 5. But a lot of that yardage they were getting was because they were behind. Because Dak Prescott's going 3 and out. Gets the ball, 3 and out. We're running the ball on 2nd and 10. We get a 2-yard loss. We're 3rd and 12. So a lot of the Cowboys' yards that they were getting, when they're saying Cowboys is one of the top yardage teams in the league, is because we were behind. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of yards because sometimes teams start playing off. They're playing soft coverage. So you're getting them little 7-yard passes. And then you get a little run after the catch. And it's just different times of the game. What they should do is, when they judge these stats about what teams did yardage-wise, what they need to do is show you where the bulk of that yardage came from. Was it in the first quarter? Was it on, you know, this particular drive here that turned the tide of the game? You know, what was the time of possession when they got all of those yards? Because all of that stuff matters. So I think those numbers are a little skewed there when you say, oh, well, the Cowboys are one of the top offensive yards team. Man, listen, it's not about yard, bro. It's about scoring them points. You know, you don't win the NFL game by saying I have more yards than you. You win by saying I have more points than you. So, you know, we need to do that. So my man Ty says, see, he only speak on the defense because the offense will be slim to none. Oh, this nigga, Jesus Christ. Look, man. Look, Ty. You my man and all. I appreciate you coming through. I don't know where Merc is. I gotta send out a fucking APB on Merc, because Merc always comes through. I don't know where the hell he is. And I know Pam's listening. I don't know, bro. Listen, I think, see, Eagle fans are a lot like Cowboy fans. Ty. Yeah, nigga, they are. Because they overrate their teams. The Eagles are undefeated. I believe the Eagles are the only undefeated team in the league. I'm almost positive they are. And you guys basically walking around here like you won the damn Super Bowl. You're undefeated. It's like week 4 or 5. I don't know. Come on, man. Stop this. You got to stop this. You guys ain't world beaters. Oh, my God. He said, I'm just saying facts. Yes, we... Okay, time. Now, 3 weeks from now, we're going to revisit this conversation. And what we're going to do is to see where your Eagles are. I don't think you'd be in first place. Shout out to my man Parker, though. I wish Parker would have been able to come on the show this morning. You know, I'm not really going to do a whole lot of morning show. Well, I could, because I have to be to church usually at 11. So I can definitely do shows in the morning before I go to church. And that's cool, actually. So that way I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Boom, because I like doing NFL shows on Sunday morning because everybody's looking forward to football. You know, that's what we want to do. We want to do NFL shows. I mean, like, it's cool to talk video games and all, but that's make-believe. You know, the sports stuff is real to a point. I mean, you hear me? The whole shit's like wrestling. We all, you know, it's funny because we have sports fans. We sit here, and before I go on my rant here, the Cowboys are going to beat the Rams. I say we're going to beat them 21-20. I think they're going to beat the Rams. 21-20. That's my score. 21-20. I like that number 21 because my man Deion Sanders, Jackson State coach, buddy tried to give Deion the stiff arm to the chest. You know, this Prime sitting here trying to give him love. And I hate that coming from black coaches, you know, pulling that BS like that. Like, come on, man. I mean, them white coaches ain't doing that. Could we stop with that shit? Like, come on. I mean, come on, man. Stop hating on Deion. You know. All right, so Ty says, if we was 1-3, I'd be the same. But the Cowboys always won, and we be 2. So if winning, don't be hating. Oh, man. God, Lord. I know the Cardinals are going to lose. But if you can do me a solid. You know, nah, I'm not asking for nothing. My focus is on the MLB playoffs right now. I'm not asking God to help no team out but the Braves. Cowboys, you're on your own for now. That's all right. We got a title to defend in Atlanta. So, what I was about to say was, you know, Deion and the way that brother treated Prime, pushing Deion, he wouldn't come in for the dap hug. I think that's bad optics. You know, you don't want to do that. You know, Deion Sanders has put a light on the HBU college football scene. Deion's getting high recruits. You know, 5-star, 4-star recruits he's getting. Guys that were going to go to Florida State. Guys that were going to go to these big colleges. Deion is getting these guys to come and at least take a look and see what Jackson State is offering. Like, yo, that is big. And you don't want to put a dark cloud or a black eye over the HBU joints. You don't want to do that. So pushing Deion away and showing that, come on, man, don't do that, bro. Deion's doing good things for that division, for that. Come on. Like, yo, that's the problem. Like, we all got to be on one accord. We all got to be on one accord. That's the problem when other brothers be fishing on the other side of the lake. Like, come on, man. Ty says, if we win, if we win, I'll be on the show talking. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Ty, listen, Ty, you got to come through next week. Because we're doing a Cowboys-Eagles preview. You got to come in this show on that Sunday, and I got to hear why in the hell do you think your Eagles are going to beat my Cowboys? Absolutely. Absolutely. Get your butt in here. Come here with that, man. Better get your butt in here. I think you're already in the Discord. But I will send a link to the Discord inside the chat. I've been kicked out of the Broadband Bullies Discord again. Like, this is like the 6th time this month. But, you know, it is what it is. Z threw me out because he's telling people he challenged me to a fight that he's going to come against me. I will whoop his little fat ass. Man, you better get out. That's the bro, though. You know, so you don't want this smoke, Z. I'm telling you right now. I'll whoop your fat ass. Don't do this to yourself. You're too little. Z don't got enough XP to fuck with me. Oh, man. All right, Ty, I sent the link, brother. So, yeah, man, we gonna talk this football stuff. So, yeah, so again, I said the Cowboys are going to win. I think they beat them. I think the Eagles are going to win. So, the NFC East, except for the freaking Commanders, everybody's getting a dub. You know, they're getting a dub. And, you know, the Eagles are still going to be in first place at the end of the football week, and that's cool. You know, I expect the Eagles to be in first place, but I want the Eagles to be undefeated. I want them to. I want the Eagles to be undefeated so the Cowboys can give them their first loss. That's what we want. We all had a girl back in the day that we wanted to be her first. In other words, the Cowboys want the Eagles to be their bitch. We want to beat you fuckers. We want you. Good shit, Ty. Ty's in the Discord. And what I got to do, Ty, is I got to, if I don't do it, I'll have Rose or Manhattan. We'll put you in as a mod so you can come into the room to jump in on the live channel. So, you know, you the homie, and you subscriber, bro. You got a wrench. My man. You know, brothers that come through and support me. Listen, it's hard to get brothers to support you. I only had like 10 brothers come and support me this morning, which is cool. You know, it is a Sunday morning, but I appreciate it. I mean, it's early, bro. It's 9:25. I mean, for me, it's not early. I get up at 5 a.m. You know, I got to keep going on doing that exercise and stuff. Keep that damn doctor away from me. But yeah, man, it's good to see the brothers come through and support the brother. I appreciate that. But I try to throw some clickbait stuff on there for the Nxtgen 720 viewers, because I want to smoke with Nxtgen. He won't come on this show talking that shit. See, I go on his show, he start making up stuff. So, anyway. So, that was my NFL picks for this week. Now, I did want to touch a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the NBA. And then I want to talk about baseball. Then I want to throw a little bit of gaming in there before I close up shop. Man, my man Tyson, he get up at 3. Jesus Christ. This dude must, what the hell are you doing up at? Are you Amish? What the hell are you doing up at 3? God damn. 3 a.m. Well, if you get up at 3, you must go to bed at 8. My goodness, because I get up at 5 and I go to bed around 9:30, 10. That God of War week, I'll be up though. I'll be up that week for the God of War joint. Matter of fact, since we just talking about God of War, everybody in the Discord, I have taken the 9th of November off so I can enjoy God of War without any interruptions. I want to play this so-called banger, this so-called better than sliced bread. I gotta play the greatest game of all time that all these ponies keep telling me is so effing great. They tell me God of War is better than sex. They tell me God of War is better than a paycheck. They've told me that God of War is the cat's meow. I've heard it all. So I, the Rick, will take this day, November 9th, totally off. The kids will be in school. I'm going to sit in front of my 85-inch 8K television, and I am going to play God of War for a minimum of 8 hours while eating some Buffalo Wild Wings. That is going to happen. Ty, don't start that Elden Ring shit. All right, now, you got me cursing on a Sunday. Don't do this. I played that Elden Ring, Ty. No, sir, I don't like it. I mean, it was fun. Rob, I know you still in here. My cousin Rob was helping me on that Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, look, I guess it's a good game. I didn't like Elder Scrolls at first when I was, see, it's a funny thing about Elder Scrolls. When I bought Elder Scrolls when I was a kid, I had a girlfriend. And me and her used to hang out all the time. So I didn't have a chance to play it. I thought Elder Scrolls was trash. But then we broke up. And, you know, I'm in high school, so I actually played the game that my mother bought me. And then I ended up liking it. That's how I liked Elder Scrolls. What, God of War? Yeah, Ty, I did pre-order God of War. I got the that super what's the name edition, but they're shipping it to the house. They're not so what I got to do is at midnight I actually got to buy the game twice. I'm giving Titus my code that comes with the what's the name edition, the the Super Edition, whatever that is, the Super Edition that I got, that's like $200 some, whatever. I'm going to give that code to Titus, and I'm just going to buy the game at midnight, download it, and play it that way. Because the problem is when you buy these special editions from GameStop, they don't deliver usually on the same day, and if they do, the UPS guy, FedEx guy on my street, he does not come on time. Like, I remember when I got The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2, I got the collector's edition of that. And that, I was supposed to get it the same day that it came out for release. And I didn't. Because the UPS guy was running late. I tracked that package all week. The package sat in New York for like 3 days. And I'm only about 45 minutes from New York. You know, and I was pissed. Because I couldn't even play the game day one. I took the day off of work. And, yeah, it sucked, bro. It sucked big time. So, you know, that, I don't like the way GameStop's policy is on that way. Also, if you did pre-order, if you get it at GameStop, now you said, on the 8th, well, yeah, maybe. So, you know what, Ty? So if I can get the physical game on the 8th, I might go down to GameStop and pre-order it now. And just go pick it up on the 8th. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Because, you know, this whole digital games thing's kind of nullified the what's the name? This whole, This whole digital games has nullified that midnight release. Remember when GameStop used to do those midnight releases for like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, and you get out there at 9 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. More like 10. I don't know what that is. Hey, Ty, you're a mod. Take care of that. So, yeah, I remember those midnight launches that used to happen at GameStop, and it used to wait outside 11 o'clock. Then they give you your shit, you go home. I'm gonna call GameStop today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call GameStop when I'm on my when I go take my jog and see what's going on with that. To see if I can get it on the 8th. Ty, good luck, because you know that I don't really want to go. I mean, look, I don't mind having a game physically. You know, that's cool. I mean, I don't really trust Sony for the digital games because I have bought in digital games from Sony before, and like for example, the MLB The Show, the Jackie Robinson edition, I bought it. They told me that it's a PS4 version, but it upgrades to the PS5. If you magically put that disc inside of your PlayStation 5. Well, I put that disc inside my PlayStation 5 like 25 times, and it never upgraded into the Jackie Robinson edition. They gave me a code. The code was not for an upgrade. It was for some dubs or ducks or whatever they call those, the currency that you use in MLB The Show. It never upgraded to the PS5 version. And I knew this because the PS4 version is where you get to use your own tracks from whatever music you want to, and this and that, whatever. So, you know, that's kind of how that thing happens. And then I noticed that I couldn't create my stadium, and that was only on the PS5 version. So that's why I don't trust buying those Sony physical games anymore like that, because of that whole digital, nah, bro, we're not doing that. I prefer the physical. But Titus is a cool dude. You know, Titus, ain't that a nerve? I'm giving Titus a place on my Family Plans Game Pass subscription. I'm giving him God of War for free, and he can't even show up to a damn live show at 9:34 in the morning. I'm a little disappointed in you, Titus. Or shall I say, tight ass. But he's still the homie, though. So, all right, Titus said, I game share with my friends. I buy games, they buy games. It's his turn. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, see that? That's the only reason why I don't game share, Ty, is because I don't want to be carrying a load. I game shared with somebody before, and I'm not going to give any names. And the son of a bitch had access to my account, and he was buying DLC for that game called Evolve. And then what I had to do is, yes, this is on the Xbox One. He took it, and I had the Evolve Super version of the game. Because I paid, that was one of the first digital games I bought for $100, and I got scammed on it. But anyway, so I buy the game Evolve, the $100 version. It comes with a season pass and everything you could. And something about how he can use my profile on his Xbox, and he purchased the content, because new content came out, and he had purchased it. I'm like, yo, I didn't purchase this. So yeah, I had to call the feds and be like, look, man, I didn't order this. Y'all gonna have to take this shit off my credit card. No, it ain't me. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of a little reluctant to game share. I was gonna game share with Tsunami. Tsunami used to come through the broadband bullies all the time, but then Z told me don't game share with him because he's lazy, he doesn't buy shit. So the same Tsunami who he said doxed me last night, and that he was gonna come to my address and do this and that, but he already has my address, so whatever. Light-skinned people say anything. But anyway, that was the whole thing there. So I'm very skeptical. That's why a lot of people like to buy physical games, because you can get fucked out here. I get it. It's really not playing off the disc. It's kind of like the same thing with the download, whatever. But some people just feel more comfortable. Like, I like buying physical disc when it comes to movies, because you know how many times I live out in the woods, so trees can fall down, you lose your internet, so all that shit that you got that you think that you're going to be able to watch when there's a storm, you can't do it. So Ty says my fifth friend makes more money than him, but he played more games, so I don't care. Yeah, no doubt, brother. Some people are good people to be around. Like, speaking of good people, my man Levon says, I still buy physical games from time to time. Levon's a good brother. Now, this is one of the guys who are a good brother. Levon comes in every Discord that I'm in, and he never causes problems, this, that, or whatever. We need more people like him. He ain't no troublemaker or none of that other stuff. That's cool. We got some good brothers out there. So just let you know, Levon. And he's a young brother, too. And you couldn't tell his age by the way he acts. He's a very mature brother. You gotta leave that Nintendo shit alone, but, he's a good brother. He's a real good brother. So before I close this show, I got two more topics. I want to talk about Atlanta Braves. We're playing the Phillies. Ty, I don't know if you're a Phillies fan. I don't even know if you watch baseball. But Atlanta about to lay a smackdown in their candy ass. That's all I can say about that. I think the Braves are going to win the World Series again. I think we're definitely getting to the World Series. I want all the smoke with the Dodgers. I could care less about them damn Dodgers. I want all the smoke. Sick of everybody talking about how good these Dodgers are. The Dodgers might not get past the Mets or the Padres. Sick of, they ain't played a meaningful game in 3 months. Everybody talk about the Dodgers. I like LA for certain things. The Lakers, I don't know. That's about it. Other than that, that's it. I'm good. So, I did want to close the show with this. For all the ponies out there, I had to throw a little game and shit in there because we almost hit the 1 hour mark. I only like to go 1 hour. But there is ponies out there. There are ponies out there. Let my English be spoken properly. There are ponies out there that are crying. Hopefully, folks, we can stop talking about this Activision deal. Hopefully, it's over now. We all know what happened. Brazil said yes, and it's not just the fact that Brazil said yes. It's the way that Brazil said yes. Brazil basically said, look, we are not here to protect you. You guys live off of exclusivity. Nintendo has none of those games, and they sell more than the both of you. That right there, I think, was big. And you see, a lot of people think that these different regulators in different countries don't talk to each other. They do. They're all in cahoots with each other. You think that anybody that roils with Brazil is going to go against the deal? No, they're not. Because Brazil is saying it's okay to make money with this stuff in their country. It's all political. The FTC is coming down with their ruling next month. You really think the FTC, an American body of regulators, is not going to support an American purchase? Of course they will. Of course they will. They absolutely will support them. So what's going to happen is the deal is going to go through. So now hopefully we saw in depth and writing. I mean, man, Brazil did a freaking book report on this thing. Brazil did a book report basically on why they were for the deal. And the fact that they went into so much detail let you know that they were not kidding. They asked for financials. They asked for everything. And once they got the numbers, that's one thing. We were talking about numbers don't lie and this and that. The numbers show that PlayStation sells more than Xbox. The numbers show that PlayStation is the number one brand. The numbers show that Nintendo has been surviving without Call of Duty for many, many years. So the fact that Brazil went through that, and Brazil also did something that I didn't think that they would do. You look fine, honey. The Brazil has said something that I didn't think that they would. Brazil compared Game Pass to PlayStation Plus, and I didn't think that they would do that. So the two things that you thought that was going to be in PlayStation's favor, as far as Call of Duty being big on their platform and Microsoft putting Call of Duty in Game Pass, Brazil basically said, hey, you guys have an answer to Game Pass, and you don't depend on Call of Duty as much as you said you do, because Nintendo's out here selling 113 million Switches, I don't know, 105 million Switches, and they don't have Call of Duty at all. What's the problem here? And they also told Sony that you guys have been living off of exclusive deals. That's how you got your brand to be what it is the last 20 years. So we don't want to hear about how this is bad for gaming. No, this is bad for you. That's what they're telling them. It is not bad. It is bad for you. Listen, I'm not a saint. I have done many bad things in life. But here's what I do know. Everybody had their eyes on a new dancer if you worked at a gentleman's club. There was always one dancer. She was apple of everybody's eye. But when another dancer who came in, she shake it just like she did. She smelled just as good as she did. What she start doing? Spitting venom. Hating on her. Oh, she hooking. She prostituting. She's saying everything to the bouncers to get the bouncers to get her to F up out of there because she's messing with her money. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. That's what it comes down to, brother. That is what it's all about. It's about Sony trying to protect their brand. I ain't gonna hold them. Hey, you do what you gotta do, bro. You do what you gotta do. On that note, we have been live for an hour and 2 beautiful minutes. We talked our football. We talked our ish. We talked a little bit of baseball. We got to a little bit of video games. Yeah, whatever. We don't really do too much video games on Sunday. Ever, actually. You know, my kids got 2 baseball games today. So before somebody goes out here on Twitter and lie and say that I was stuttering, my kids have 2 games today. And I got church. So, shout out to that nigga. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming through. I really appreciate all the attention that I got. 20 eyeballs was on me. And I appreciate that. This channel will grow. We got no place to go but up. I appreciate everybody that came through. My man Ty, Layvon, everybody that came through. Please like and subscribe. If you are not subscribed already, hit the like button. It helps me. It costs you nothing. Please hit that joint. I'm about to go for my jog, whatever, walk, get up out of here, and then the Browns got a long day today. So I appreciate y'all coming through. All right.